Okay guys, welcome to my channel. Last time we saw monstrosity with the horrible thing.
My 10 seasons of research has concluded. 10 seasons of injecting fewer strands of pop culture into a captive viewer.
I don't know what was that. Today we're gonna watch someone play.
Hello, welcome back to the colony with Matt.
This was Baron.
To Empires of the Undergrowth. So, what I love about this game is A.
No, let's watch this. Sorry guys, I watched this before. It's really fun.
Some groups just don't get along.
Yeah, that's true.
Every day, billions of soldiers fight a merciless war on thousands of fronts, and it's been going on for over 100 million years.
Oh my god.
The World War of the Ants.
Oh, you thought it was men, but no. Okay. Don't know what's that
Ants
called.
are ancient beings that arose around 160 million years ago.
Oh my god, that's
and took over a wide variety of ecological niches so successfully.
You're just like humans,
that they
but
became
little.
one of the dominant animals on planet Earth.
Those
Today,
are
they
literally
count more than
bug versions of the
16,000 different
humans.
species with over 10,000 trillion individuals. Collectively, ants alone make up 20% of
But
the
there's only
entire
one
animal
difference.
biomass on land.
They all do war.
So
Like
that
humans today
their
don't.
recipe for success is
Well, there's
collaboration.
the war. There's a lot of
While a
wars.
single ant is
Even
pretty
movies.
useless, together they are able to achieve stunning feats.
Yeah.
They
If
construct
you guys don't like ants, this video might change the song you're playing. You're saying. Okay, guys.
complex colonies, care for livestock, pursue agriculture, or have complex symbiotic relationships.
Hey, Johnny.
And of course, ants
Johnny.
wage war.
Yep.
Even among the same
That's the
species,
fun.
a constant state.
Nope.
Guys, that's the part I like about ants. They all do
Johnny.
war.
Did Nene give you chicharoni? Johnny, did Nene give you chicharoni?
We're gonna do part 1, part 2.
Chicharoni?
Guys, I like ants because they do war. Why humans don't. Boring. If you guys don't like war, you guys like war like I do, just you might like ants too.
Of conflict is pretty common.
Yeah.
Skirmishes, raids, and full-on invasions are happening
And also, there's 2 other reasons. These are bugs, and I like bugs, which are giant. And also, they're kind of like humans, but with colonies and they're bugs. They're like the human. They're like the human bug version humans. But they exist it longer than we do.
every day, causing millions of casualties.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of the most interesting ones in
Ooh.
a series of videos.
Yeah.
In this one, the army ant, a
Oh.
swarm made for war.
Oh.
The army ant group consists of about 200 different species. Army ants do not build nests, they live a sort of nomadic lifestyle with groups of millions of individuals. On a
Ooh.
hunt, some species form large columns up to 100 meters long, killing and immediately dismembering every insect or small vertebrate they
Oh
encounter.
my god.
The biggest hunting parties can kill up to 500,000 animals per day.
Giving you back to Nene.
Some army ants specialize in hunting and consuming other social insects like termites, wasps, and especially other ants. Wasps are fierce and may seem invulnerable, but if a swarm makes its way to their colonies, they don't even stand a chance.
Yeah.
The much bigger and stronger wasps might kill a few of them.
Guys, if you have wasps in your backyard and you don't like them, try to find them if you have an army ant colony
No, we don't. Now stop that. That's only
And-
making it
and
stuff up.
put it in your backyard and where right near the wasps hive and at some point the
Hey!
army ants
No!
will find that nest and kill them. So that's when So that's a different way to get rid of wasps.
But they are quickly overwhelmed. Even if their queen survives an attack,
Yeah,
the
this.
army ants steal the colony's larvae and quickly devour them. There is no recovery from that.
Yeah.
When army ants discover another
They don't
ant
forget.
colony,
They don't forget to be the larvae and the queen.
they immediately attack. Now you might think this would be a more even battle, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because army ants act as a social unit, they are especially dangerous and effective. Most army ants are not particularly impressive individually, but they can overwhelm their victims with sheer numbers
my
before
God.
the victim colony can mount an effective defense.
Yeah.
And so invasions tend to be won by the attackers, and the prey colony is damaged significantly or is exterminated. Interestingly, army ants don't fight army ants.
Yeah.
When two swarms encounter each other in the wild, they either pass through each other, ignoring the other swarm, or both colonies just move away. Which makes sense.
Yeah, that actually kind of does. Because there's a very, if they're made for war, it's probably a bad idea to fight against each other.
From an evolutionary standpoint, army ants that fought other army ants probably eradicated themselves millions of years ago. Indeed, they're so deadly that other ant species had to specialize to survive their presence.
Hey, Jackson.
Many species just
Jackson, baby, you let Johnny back in.
Guys, we don't want Johnny falling off, so don't block him out, okay?
panic and evacuate their nest when they notice army ant scouts carrying as many larvae with them as they can in order to return and rebuild after the attack. Other species have invented living bunkers since fighting is so futile. They have worker classes that have big square heads. When army ants show up, they use them to block the entrances to their nests, so the attackers have to give up after a while.
Yeah, that's a
Not
smart
everybody's
idea.
afraid of army ants. Leafcutter ants form some of the largest and most complex societies of any animal other than
If you
humans.
guys don't like army ants and
They
you
live
have a
in
leaf
extensive
cutter
nests
ant,
many meters deep
guys, if you hate army ants, put a whole bunch of leaf color ants around their nests, and at some point they all find each other in a massive battle against army ants.
of citizens with a highly sophisticated division of labor.
But there's one kind.
Huge soldiers 100 times more massive than a worker. Their sole purpose might be to defend their colonies against army ants. They still have a
Yeah, but there is a species has a chance to defeat these
nemesis,
guys.
though. The diet of the army ant species Nomomyrmex azimbeckii consists mostly of the larvae of other ants. Compared to other army ants, they have a more robust soldier caste. So far, they are the only known species that can successfully attack a mature colony of leafcutters.
Yeah.
When they find a leafcutter colony, hundreds of thousands attack in a long column. The moment the leafcutter ants notice the army ant attack, they go into crisis mode and immediately alert their soldiers, who very quickly swarm to the site of attack. A front line develops that can be a few meters wide and up to a meter deep. The
Guys, I
leafcutter
have an
soldiers
idea.
go head to head with the army ants, locking on them and trying to cut through their heads. Smaller leafcutter workers help by grabbing the enemies. Small teams carry out attacks behind the front line, where they dismember their enemies by ripping their legs from their bodies.
Oh my god, this is a smart idea.
Meanwhile, try to swarm their victim soldiers and sting them to death in a mob.
I say put free colony around the army ant colony of leafcutters. Then they will all find the same colony of army ants. Then they will just merely wipe out.
Despite the powerful defense and the determined response, the army ants are still superior in numbers. So without knowing if the battle can be won, the leafcutters prepare for the worst. Workers rush to create barricades and seal off as many entrances to their nest as possible to secure their being. If the leafcutters are not able to repel the invaders, or at least barricade enough of their entrances in time, the army ants swarm the nest, overrunning all opposition. They penetrate deep into the hidden chambers and steal tens of thousands of the leafcutters' brood to eat them. Even if the leafcutter colony survives, this is a heavy blow. Regardless who's won the war, thousands lay slain on the battlefields. When the army ants attack, death follows them. But there are other species that form much more dangerous ant armies. Species that form
Oh my
single
God.
colonies covering thousands
Now,
of square kilometers.
I like this species because it's more superior than the ones who built for war. Thanks for us, these guys are more powerful than the army ants.
Over multiple continents, engaging in wars kilometers across. They deserve their own video, though. No matter the scale, war is a part of ant existence, be it between huge colonies or small groups trying to fend off a raid. In tropical rainforests, but also in the cracks of the concrete we walk over every day. Humans have decided that war is not a thing that they want to do a lot anymore. For ants, though, the other ant will always be the enemy.
Yeah.
Some groups just don't get along.
Let's watch part 2. I watched both of these videos.
Mom, I want to have a coffee.
Sorry guys about that.
Okay, we need another set.
In nearly every corner of the earth, ants wage war against each other.
Yeah.
Their weapons are what nature gave them. Some have strong armor, deadly stingers, or sharp mandibles. And then there's this tiny and not very impressive ant, but it rules the biggest empire any ant has ever built.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Colonies spanning continents and fighting wars that leave millions of casualties. Let's take a look at this unlikely warrioress, Linapithema humanae, the Argentine ant.
They should be more oppressive.
This story begins in the floodplains around the Paraná River in South America. It's a
Guys, I
crowded
think these guys,
I'm going to leave. Is it okay if you will stay?
these guys, started super colonies all over the world.
and megalopolis, where dozens of ant species fight for dominance, including fire ants, army ants, and the rather unimpressive Argentine ant. It measures only 2 to 3 millimeters in length, and with its small mandibles, it's surprising that it survived among its buff competitors. Their homes are equally unremarkable. Their colonies range from fairly small to very large and can be found anywhere, under logs, in loose leaf litter, or the former colonies of other ants. Here, Argentine ants prepare their most effective weapon against their competitors' bodies. Most ant species have only one queen to produce ants, while Argentine ants went all in on numbers. For every 120 workers, there's one queen, laying up to 60 eggs a day. So their colonies grow fast and have millions or billions of individuals. Teams of queens and workers frequently branch out and found new colonies. But this strategy has a downside. As colonies grow and produce a lot of offspring, mutations occur and new colonies adapt to new environments. Their DNA slowly changes from generation to generation and differences accumulate. So after a while, the ants that left the colony will become more like distant cousins and start to compete with their mother colony. In their native South American range, this is how Argentine...
What? I'm doing a reaction video.
You guys go hiking with me.
Hi!
You guys
Can
want
we
to go
bring my
hiking?
computer?
So,
I have them. I have them.
If you stay, you cannot be on your computers.
Mom, I'm doing a reaction video.
Wait,
This is,
No,
wait,
you
can
guys
we please
get off of your computers. Either way, off of your computers.
guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Mom is a little bit of a jerk, so if you wanna watch the rest,